Hello, YouTube. Today again is a slightly different video. I'm talking you through some of my Power Rangers morphers with specific what's the word I'm looking for? Just with specificity, specifically concentrating on the MMPR power morpher and the kind of evolution of it, if you will. So we're going to start off with this one. The original, is that come loose? The original 1993 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Power Morpher. Now, fun fact about this Power Morpher, when it was originally released, it was in fact the sticker, and as you can see, the stickers on mine have come off. That's a good thing, because when this was originally released, the stickers were that way up. It literally read Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and 4 black lightning bolts, and so for some reason the producers mounted it this way instead of this way. But I do have a theory on this, and the theory is this. In the unaired pilot episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, when they take the belts out of the buckles, they morph with them, this is only in the unaired pilot, they morph with them this way up, like this. Yes, it still works. I think that was what Bandai based this original toy off of, was the unaired pilot morpher, where they held it like this. However, what Bandai hadn't planned on was that when they got to the actual show, they would wind up holding the morphers like this. And in terms of a prop replica, this is about as close as you're going to get, because back in the 90s when they were filming Power Rangers, particularly Mighty Morphin, if one of the morpher props, one of the major actors' morphers broke, or something like that, they would actually rush to the local store, to a local toy store, pick up one of these, put it in their hand, and that will be the morpher. So yeah, it runs off of two, I think it's two, it could be three. Anyway, it's LR44 batteries, these small watch batteries, probably better known to most Doctor Who fans out there as sonic screwdriver batteries. So yes, and I do in fact have all 5 coins, so I'll just take this out. Although before I do the obligatory, it's morphin' time! Tyrannosaurus! Okay, so I have all 5 coins, although even though I think there were actually 6 coins released with this, but one of which I don't have, and I'll get into why later on. Here is the Tyrannosaurus coin. Nice shiny, they're all plastic, you'll see this which one, nice shiny gold. Then we have the pterodactyl, the saber-toothed tiger, the mastodon, and the triceratops, which is obviously Billy, who was always my favourite ranger. And the thing about these power coins is the gold would sometimes come off. I don't know if you can see that there on the tooth of the saber-toothed tiger that keep counted about. It's actually started to show the yellow. The yellow from underneath has started to show through. Because these coins are actually yellow, just painted gold, and you can see that on the saber-toothed tiger's tooth there. So, let's pop a coin back in here. I'm not going to do the whole morph sequence, I started with a coin in here, so I'm going to finish. But yeah, so this was, obviously back in the 90s, the electronics in this thing weren't going to be brilliant, as you can hear. It's just literally a standard beep, but I'd like you to take particular notice of where those LEDs are for later on. Top, bottom, side, side. And of course the button is red, which is all important because that's the colour it was in the show. Also, I'd also like to keep in mind the button layout of this morpher. Handle at the back, with the button to activate it on the side. Keep that in mind for later on, we will be coming back to it. Then, many years after that, Bandai yet again released the Power Morpher, and I do have to apologise for the state of this one, with this version, the Legacy Power Morpher, and this was the very first Power Morpher I ever owned. And as you can see, it has been well loved, because the paint is coming off. Oops. And it came with a belt buckle. and of course the morpher could go in front ways, and it could also go in reverse ways. And I'm kind of embarrassed to show this, but as you can see, this does work, as we'll see in a minute, but the only way I'm able to get my battery compartment door closed now is by gunking it up with blue tack, which has gone quite hard, as it does over time. It's kind of like air dry clay in a way, but I can still pop it off and change the batteries if I need to. And of course there were also originally 2 stickers there and there that were like multicoloured rainbow stickers, just like in Dew Ranger, which is why the big Z is in the back there for Kyoryu Sentai Dew Ranger, which is obviously what these morphers are based off of, the dino bucklers. See, I know my history. So the way this morpher works is pretty much the same, except there is an on-off switch on this one, which there wasn't on the old one, and turn it on and you get this. I'll do that again in case you couldn't hear it, move it closer. You get the flashing light and the communicator beep. And the button again on this one is on the side, the same. However, this time it's black. That annoys me because on the first original one, Bandai got the colour of the activation button for the morph correct. They actually made it red, whereas on this one it's black. Just annoys me. It's just inaccurate, although funnily enough this morpher is now also screen accurate, having been used by Jason when he came back for a special episode, and by both Billy and Zach, Billy, Zach, Kat, Rocky and Min in Once and Always, so this is now screen accurate. So again, it's the same concept. You just go, it's morphin' time, put the morpher out, and then Tyrannosaurus, and again the lights, top, bottom, side, side. And if you hold, however, on this one, if you hold the button down, you get the MMPR theme song, instrumental, of course. And I'm going to stop that there, for fear of being copyrighted. Although I claim no copyright to that tune, it is of course the sole property of the Spawn company, or now, is it Disney that owns Power Rangers again? No, Hasbro. Anyway, so that is the Legacy Power Morpher, the original one. And of course, just like with the other Power Morpher, there were all 5 coins released with the Morpher at the time. I don't have the box, sadly, anymore. So you had the Tyrannosaurus to take this out. So to get the coins out of this one, you press the button on the back, which is the big Z, and this never wants to work the first time, and they pop out like that. So you've got the Tyrannosaurus, which is the most kind of dinged up looking of my power coins. I have no idea why. You have saber-toothed tiger. I do love the way they look. And of course, when you compare these to the originals, they do look, saber-toothed tiger as well, just to show you, they do look a lot more like coins because they don't have these tabby bits on the side. However, these tabby bits are a lot better than certain tabby bits that we'll get onto later on. And they all have the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo on the back, as you can see. Then we have the Mastodon coin. Again, has the logo on the back. And then we have the Pterodactyl coin, and again has the logo on the back. And then we have, again, my favourite ranger, Billy the Triceratops, and again it has the logo on the back. Now, let's put the Pterodactyl, no, it's not actually, because we've got, let's put the saber-toothed tiger in this one. Put it in the right way up, shall we? So, now, so that was the original Legacy Power Morpher. It's morphin' time! It's morphin' time! Saber-toothed tiger! Yeah. So that was the original Legacy Power Morpher. However, they decided to only a year or so after that one, I think it was about a year, maybe even less after that one was released, they released another one. And this time it's a bit more special for us fans because this was the first time we'd actually gotten a version of this morpher, because They never did a version of this morpher during the original run of the show in '93, well, the 90s. The Green and White Ranger Gold Legacy Power Morpher. And again, I apologise for the state of this. It is in a slightly better state than my original one, but yeah. So again, it came with the belt buckle, and you could take it off like that and then put it on like that. And thankfully this one actually still has the battery command door intact, and again the multicolored stickers are missing. Again, it's the same concept. You turn this one on at the top, just like this. Do it again. Sorry, I didn't turn it off that time. Get the communicator beep, and then it's morphin' time. Dragon Zord. And then of course there's the Dragon Zord coin. You also got, because it's the Green and White Ranger morpher. Sorry about that. It's morphin' time. Tiger Zord. The White Ranger coin. I'm just going to swap back to the Green Ranger coin. Actually, no, I'm not going to leave the White Ranger coin in there, for reasons you'll see later on. I will explain what those reasons are. And again with this one, if you hold the button down, you get the MMPR thing. Now, you remember earlier with the original morpher I said they released a 6th coin for the original 93 morpher that I didn't have. Well, this was the coin. They actually released a white tiger coin, Ranger coin for the original 93 morpher. However, it wasn't this design. It was a design that looked something a little bit more like the saber-toothed tiger coin. But I think it pretty much was the same saber-toothed tiger design. They just took off the fangs and added a bit of fluff around the edges. So, yeah. I thought I'd already done it. So yeah, we finally got our Green and White Ranger morpher. And we were really happy with that because, you know, this was the first actual, you know, standalone release of a Green and White Ranger morpher we've had. So yeah. Well, again, just to show you a little bit of a close up there, you can see some of the gold paint's coming off, and it looks to be silver or grey underneath. So I am trying to be very, very careful with this. I'm aiming to try and get some Airfix paint at some point, you know, that really nice model paint, and just try and touch it up a little bit in certain areas, even if it means just repainting these solid red. As long as it's got, like, I can just kind of repaint on the words parents. I don't know, I'll figure it out somehow, I hope. However, that wasn't the last we saw of the Legacy morphers, because for some reason Bandai really loved pushing the MMPR stuff for the Legacy line, and that's why I think the Legacy line tanked, as I'll get onto later on. But the next morpher up that we got, I think this was the next one, I could be wrong, but the movie morphers, and here we have the White Ranger movie morpher, which is why I have the Falcon coin in there. Even though when this released, it did also release with not just the Falcon coin, but the White Tiger coin as well, because this was the coin that Tommy morphed with at the start of the movie, and then that's the coin that Tommy had by the end of the movie, and of course for all of season 3. But if you look very carefully at this coin, very closely, you can see it's actually, the gold is actually coming off, and underneath it's just silver. But because it's gold in colour, and the rest of it's reflecting off quite well, so it still looks gold. If you look really carefully, you can see it's coming off. So do be careful about that. So again, like all the other ones, it's the same principle. You turn it on. One more time for you. And then it's morphin' time. White Tiger power. White Tiger power? I'm going to do that again. I'm sorry. It's morphin' time. White Ranger power. Yes, I used the season 3 morph call there because that's what he did with this coin. I don't know why I said White Tiger power. It's White Ranger power. Can I do that one more time as well? It's morphin' time. White Ranger power. And again, if you hold the button down, you get the instrumental MMPR theme song. That's going to get more difficult. So, and if you wondering what it looks like with the White Tiger coin in it, I will just show you. God. There you go. Of course, these plates are actually die-cast metal. All the plates on the Legacy Morphers are die-cast metal. Again, with this one, and again with all the Legacy Morphers, they made the button black, which is very annoying because it's not screen accurate. Although, at least they still had it activate that way, unlike a certain morpher that we're going to get to. Don't worry. So, put the white 5p coin back in. I also love how the belt buckle on this one is white as well. Although with this one, as it's the movie morpher, if you really wanted to be accurate, then you should have it like that, because that's how they morph with it in the movie. And you should put a handle on the back, and then it would just be as simple as White Tiger, or whatever it was Tommy said. But yeah, that's how you should have it if you want it mounted, just like they had it in the movie. But personally, I can't stand that. And that was actually an in-joke, a little in-joke, the fact that people were always laughing about the fact that the original 93 morpher was upside down, and so for the movie they decided, okay, well, we're literally just going to make it upside down. But then they didn't even take it out of the belt buckle when they morphed. They just put a handle on the back of the belt buckle, and they morphed with it, kind of, I'm not going to be able to hold it properly, but kind of like that. So yeah. And there were a couple more that I don't have. I think there was the red, pink and blue movie morphers that released in the Legacy line, and then the Legacy line started to kind of tank, and I think it was because basically Bandai focused so much attention on MMPR, that people started to go, well, this is ridiculous. They're not getting anything from any other seasons apart from like figures and stuff. You know, in terms of the roleplay toys like the morphers and stuff, roleplay replicas like the morphers and that, we're not getting anything from any other seasons. Well, Bandai tried to answer this. How do I know something in this video will go wrong? Bandai kind of tried to answer this by means of the last morpher, essentially, they released in the Legacy line, and it is this. That's just recently added this to my collection. I'm really happy to have it. It is the Zeonizer Legacy collection, basically the Legacy Zeonizer. So yeah, there's the front, there's side, oh god, top, the bottom with your legal Geflüger, and then the back, where there is a little bit of false advertising, slightly, because it does in fact look like you're going to get 5 different coloured crystals, one for every ranger. Not true. It's just the light that changes colour. You only get the red crystal, which is the one they had in the show. It's just the light that changes colour. So why they showed 5 different coloured crystals, I don't know, because that is slightly false advertising. So, open the box. Hope I've opened it the right way up. Which I have, and there is what it looks like inside. And then, take this off. Take the 2 pieces out. Here is the main piece where you morph with, and then this is the other piece. Oh dear God, I've not planned this at all well. I'm so sorry. And this is the other piece with the crystal in it that flops down. Da-da! Now this is where I suddenly realised, when I was looking at this thing, when I first got it, I was like, the villains in the first 4 seasons of Power Rangers are completely and utterly stupid. They're almost useless, because with both the MMPR Rangers and the Zero Ranger, and also the Turbo Rangers, I do have the Turbo Morpher, but I'm not going to show it in this video. That'll be for a race video when I go through my entire Morpher collection. It was easy to render those 3 sets of Rangers completely incapable of morphing by simply doing one small thing. So, for any of the Mighty Morphin Rangers, be it one of the main 5 or Tommy, all you have to do is capture the Ranger, take away their power coin, give them back the empty power morpher, and give them back this, which is essentially an empty power morpher, and that's it. As long as you, Rita Repulsor or Lord Zed, have possession of that power coin, that Ranger can't morph. Right? They're incapable of morphing. For turbo, likewise, you take away the capture one of the ranges, take away their key, their turbo key they used to morph with. Morpher on its own is useless, you can't use it. The Zeo concept is fairly similar to turbo and mighty morphin. Simply capture the ranger, obviously tie them up, press this button on the morpher to drop the crystal down, press the release button, remove the crystal, and now that ranger cannot morph. They are powerless without this bit of the morpher. Ta-da! I've just rendered a Zeo ranger useless. So, oh, actually the bottom. So, yeah, that's kind of my take on them being a little bit useless, because they could have just rendered Zeo ranger, mighty morphin ranger, all the turbo rangers incapable of morphing. I'm sure there's more examples I could think of, but yeah. So, turning this on. Oh, sorry, I'm going to do that again. You turn this on and you get this. And then when you open it, you get
Zero Ranger 5, red.
And that, in alignment with the crystal, looks like this. Oh yeah, it has motion activated sounds. Now let's see if I can do it in line with the crystal. Are we ready?
Zero Ranger 5, red.
Try one more time for you.
Zero Ranger 5, red.
Now, like I said on the box, this has sounded for all 5 ranges. Now, there was also another mode,
It's morphin' time.
which is that one, where if you press the button now, you get the Zeo theme. Well, I'm not going to play all of it, because again, copyright issues.
Zero Ranger 1, pink.
Pink Ranger, and then
Yellow. Zero Ranger 2, yellow.
Yellow Ranger, and then
Blue. Zero Ranger 3, blue.
the last of them,
Green. Zero Ranger 4, green.
and then it brings you back to
Red.
Zero Ranger 5 Red, which you've already seen, so I'm not going to do that. Turn that off. So, yeah, that's the Legacy Xeonizer. That was Bandai's way of saying, well, look, we have, you know, we are going to release more morphers. However, unfortunately, by the time they got to releasing this, it was basically pretty much too late, and people had completely lost interest in the Legacy line. It was dead, essentially. And so Bandai allowed the Legacy line to die, and they handed it over to Hasbro, who picked back up with the Power Morpher. Here it is, and this is the Hasbro Lightning Collection Power Morpher. And they went back to the slightly old style of coins with little tabs on. Again, these are perfectly fine compared to what we're going to see a little bit later. So, carefully take this out. Now, it does go the belt buckle this way, as you just saw. It does go the belt buckle that way, as you just saw. But however, if you put it in the belt buckle this way, it is so loose, it is unreal. It won't even stay. Well, it will stay there, but only just. So, again, you bring the handle down. The concept is the same. It's morphin time. You bring it forward, you press it, and you heard Jason there say Tyrannosaurus. I'll do that again a bit closer. And then just take that out show you the coin. There is Jason's Tyrannosaurus coin. And if you're wondering how it's reading the coins, on the back you have both the Ranger's helmet and two little pegs that show which coin is in the morpher. So, next up we will do, let's do the saber-toothed tiger. It's morphin time. That's actually Trini's voice. Which is why I love it. Then we have the Ceratops coin. It's morphin time. One more time. That's the noise you get when you take it out, by the way, that noise. And then we have Pterodactyl. Trying to see what I haven't done yet. It's morphin time. What I love about this particular morpher is that it is actually using sound bites from the show. So sound bites from the show, so that's actually the actor's voices. So to get this out, you simply twist, and then it drops out like that. There was actually a hidden sound in this I'll get onto in a minute. And finally, we have the Mastodon coin. It's morphin time. Now I mentioned the hidden sound, and this is it. If you hold the morpher closed and then hold the button down, I'll bring that a bit closer. You get Alpha shouting "aye, aye, 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 aye." Sadly, there is no on-off switch on this one, so it is on all the time. Which is why in a minute you will hear an awful sound as it powers down. So that was Bandai's way of saying, yeah, we're going to do the morpher now, and this is our Lightning Collection. And I do remember actually when the Lightning Morpher first came out saying, oh, I don't need that, I've got the Legacy Morpher, it's fine. But then I watched several videos of it and I thought, actually I could do with that. And then they released a different version of it, which is, it's gonna go. I know as soon as I start talking about this morpher, that's gonna go off. But then they released this version of the Lightning Collection morpher, which is the Pink Ranger, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Lightning Collection Pink Ranger Power Morpher, which is basically, in my opinion, a re-release of the movie morpher, like the Bandai did in the Legacy line, even though they couldn't call it that. But if you look very carefully in the red band, it still says Power Rangers. Can you see that? Power and Rangers at the bottom. Who knows? Do you know what I'm going to do? Because I'm getting so paranoid about this. I've actually got a screwdriver to my left-hand side, so this doesn't suddenly go off in the middle of me talking about the Pink Ranger morpher. I'm actually going to take the back off and take one of the batteries out, just so that it can't make any kind of noise right now. But I'm not going to redo it back up because I do want to put that battery back in later. So, Pink Ranger Power Morpher. Again, it's the same concept. Again, the belt buckle's pink, which is kind of a nice touch. And again, I should point out that Hasbro made the buttons on these red. So thankfully, we are finally back to a correctly coloured activation button. So, Pink Ranger. Or Pterodactyl coin. Oh. Hold on, I think we're having issues here. That just shows you how the batteries in these are going, doesn't it? Let's take the middle battery out of there. Put this battery in here. Hopefully this one will give me enough power. See, this is why you should always check these things out before you turn the camera on. Right, pterodactyl coin.
Pterodactyl! It's morphin' time! Let's do this! Pink Ranger here. We've got this! Pterodactyl!
So, yes. And this, by the way, does still have the alpha sound in it. Alpha sound in it. Have you got the idea behind this one yet? You don't need that coin. You do need a mastodon though, which is why it's handy that I got two. Because weirdly enough, I've got two sets of all of these coins. Because because both of these morphers came with a full set of 5 coins. Nice. Oh. It's better.
Mastodon, time for action! Adam, it's morphin' time!
Adam, therefore season 3 or 2.
Yeah, the Black Ranger power coin. Taking it over to Mastodon. Black Ranger, it's your turn. Power up, Black Ranger. Adam, time to morph.
So, yeah. This morpher literally talks at you. So, Billy.
Triceratops. Triceratops, time for action. Billy, it's morphin' time. Yeah, the Blue Ranger power coin. Taking it over to Triceratops. Blue Ranger, it's your turn. Blue Ranger, power up. Billy, time to morph.
The Red Ranger.
Tyrannosaurus, time for action. Rocky, it's morphin' time. Yeah, the Red Ranger power coin. Taking it over to Tyrannosaurus. Red Ranger, it's your turn. Power up, Red Ranger. Rocky, time to morph.
And lastly, the saber-toothed tiger.
Saber-toothed tiger, time for action. Aisha, it's morphin' time. Yeah, the Yellow Ranger power coin. Taking it over to Saber-toothed tiger. Yellow Ranger, it's your turn. Power up, Yellow Ranger. Aisha, time to morph.
And that's what we got. Where did I put the pterodactyl coin? It should be, there it is. Now, again, I'm going to take all the batteries out of this one, because they're clearly all going. trying desperately not to set this thing off. So if I set this thing off, it's going to go off again right in the middle of my talking, and I don't want that. Right, good. Put the back on here. So the idea with this one is that you just have the Pink Ranger basically talking to you. And what I kind of like is that, or one of the things that slightly upsets me, I guess, is that rather than using the Season 1 Rangers, so Jason, Billy and Zach, they actually used the Season 2 and 3 Rangers. So for the black, red and yellow Rangers, so Aisha, Adam and Rocky. Can't be helped, I guess. Put that back in its buckle. Let that go. Okay. So that was that one. Now, of course, there are still there are actually two other. Oh dear, that doesn't look right. Hold on, sorry. There are actually two other versions of this Lightning Morpher that I don't have, and they are the Yellow Ranger version. Why does that not seem right to me? I don't know. And they are the Yellow Ranger version and the Master Morpher version as well. Don't have either of those because, well, I just don't have them right now. A, because I just want to get my hands on the Yellow Ranger one, which is probably the cheaper of the two that I don't have. And the Master Morpher version seems to be hideously expensive. Search me as to why. Probably because JDF is sadly no longer with us. Then again, that should mean that the Yellow Ranger version is hideously expensive because Trina's no longer with us. Ah, but of course it's Aisha. It's the Yellow Ranger, not Trini. In that Morpher. Anyway, so before we move on to the last of the Morphers, which just slightly distresses me, and I'll get on to why in a minute, we're going to look at a couple of other items. Firstly, I want to talk about a couple of other legacy items. One being this, the Legacy Blade Blaster. Yes, this has batteries in. Let's put it into blade mode before we turn it on. There it is. Now, I did actually do a review on this before when I first got it, but unfortunately I had to take that review down due to reasons not relating to anything to do with copyright, but due to the fact that it mentioned somebody I'd rather no longer talk about. So, turn it on. And as you can see, unlike the original, there is no light in the end, but when you press the button, or pull the trigger, sorry, which is here, you get this. I'm trying to remember where the speaker is. There, you get this. And of course you can do something like this. See if I press it 3 times. 4. 5. However, if you go to 6, only 5. But yeah, that's really cool. However, then you can put it into blade mode. So, we do this, and then we flick the blade out, which doesn't go very well because it's spring loaded, and there's the blade. Now, fun fact for you, originally with this, Bandai originally wanted to have the blade be die-cast metal. However, they suddenly realised that if they did that, then they were only going to be able to ship it within America because nowhere outside of America would take it with a die-cast metal blade. And so they decided to basically cut their losses more or less. I think I'm getting this right. So to basically more or less cut their losses and have a plastic blade. So yeah, excuse me. So, and of course when it's in this mode, you get that. So you get this sound. That's the thing. You get this sound, this one, and that one. Now if you hold the button down, again you get the MMPR thing. And I had to cut it there because this one actually has all of the vocals in it as well. I should point out there are still die-cast parts of this, like this entire middle bit here is die-cast, these bits here are die-cast, I believe. The teeth as well are die-cast, as is the bit here on the end of the barrel. So, Yeah, and of course, when I've got the blade out, you just flick that thing, this little switch here, just press this here, and the blade flips out there, and when the blade is not out, it is stored at the underside like that. So when you have it in blaster mode, you can't see the blade. Oh, I wish I had the reignition version to show you, because in the reignition version, and this stresses me, and I will eventually be getting it, so I can do the comparison, the blade actually pops out the actual barrel of the blaster. It's very odd. Once I have that version, I will do a video comparing them just to show you. Next up, I have the Green Ranger Legacy Communicator.
Tommy, you don't have enough power to continue. Teleport back immediately.
So you get that, and then you get...
Tommy, the Power Rangers are in trouble. You must join them in the park immediately.
and then the teleport. But I'm going to keep going with this because there's a couple of sounds I want to try and find if I can.
Tommy, we need your help. Tommy, you don't have enough power to continue. Teleport back immediately.
I'm determined.
Tommy, the Power Rangers are in trouble. You must join them in the park immediately.
If this video reaches an hour, I'll keep going.
Tommy, the Power Rangers are in trouble. You must join them in the park immediately. Tommy, we need your help.
Because I'm on camera and I want it to do them, it's not going to do them.
Tommy, you don't have enough power to continue. Teleport back immediately. Tommy, the Power Rangers are in trouble. You must join them in the park immediately.
Ah, there's one. That's the failed teleport. Now let's see if we can get the other one.
Tommy, we need your help. Tommy. 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 Tommy, the Power Rangers are...
There's the other one. Alpha. Dear God, that took a while. I'm so sorry. And then, of course, if you hold the button down... you get the MMPR theme. I'm going to stop there for fear of being cursed. But, yeah.
Tommy, we need your help.
So, that may make a noise in a minute. And then, now I want to talk about the Dragon Dagger. Starting with this. The Legacy version. This is how to do the Dragon Dagger. And I mean, perfectly. Yeah? So, we have clicky keys, we have this bit. We have die-cast metal all up here. This tubing is die-cast metal. As is the on-off switch, weirdly enough. And only, of course the bit on the end is die-cast metal as well, but not only is it so much of this stuff die-cast metal, but like the keys are die-cast, but all of the gold bits on here are actually 24 karat gold plated. I even had the original box, and it said on the box, 24 karat gold plating. Nice. So we turn this on. Here we go. I knew that was going to happen. So we turn this on with the on-off switch. Do that again for you, so you can hear it. And then, when it's in this mode, before we press this down, we get this. We get... So I'm going to try and see the keys as well. So we get this. We get... a bit closer. And then when we press one more time, so we get this. We get this, and we get this. And if we press this bit down here, the mouthpiece, we then get and we get and then we get, and then if we press the middle button, we get the MMPR theme song. So that's how you do the Dragon Dagger. All of the keys actually do something, and I love this version of the Dragon Dagger because it's the perfect size. Again, some of the paint taps are coming off, but perfect size. And then we come to the newest version of the Dragon Dagger. Now, I did used to have the original 93 Dragon Dagger in the box, but unfortunately I no longer have it. The Dragon Dagger or the box has both got horrendously broken by a young lady with whom I used to live, and to whom I may also be related, unfortunately. Anyway, and yes, if you can't figure it out already, I'm talking about my sister. Thank God I no longer live with her. Anyway, we have the newest version of the Dragon Dagger here, the reignition version. This is slightly weird, and I'll show you why. So we have the on-off switch, we turn it on. So it has the same sort of on-off switch as the legacy version. No activation sound. Now, I'm not going to press this down yet because that makes a noise on its own, which is odd. But when it comes to the three flute keys here, as you can see these three, it's only this key that does anything. Okay, so it's only this key here nearest to the mouthpiece that does anything. Ready?
We need dinosaur power now!
Okay.
Dragon Sword! Let's get him! Let's take him down! Dragon Dagger! Time to beat these beasts! Let's take him down! Let's get him!
And now, as I pointed out, the other two keys do absolutely nothing. They are spongy. There's nothing below them. It's only
Dragon Sword!
that key that does anything. And then when you press the mouthpiece, but then when you press the mouth, that's what I said. But when you press the mouthpiece down, you get. And but
Time to beat these beasts!
doesn't change these sounds at all.
We need dinosaur power now! Dragon Dagger!
So that's just so odd that only the first key
We need dinosaur power now!
does anything. The other two don't, and then that one plays your main tune. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the Dragon Dagger, but I don't love what Playmates have done to it. I'm sorry, I just don't. But I am happy to have it in the collection nonetheless, because I will always pick up a new version of the Dragon Dagger. Just like I will always pick up, oh good God, a new version of the Power Morpher. Yes, I don't even need actually the power coins in a minute. So, we now come on to, oh God, this. The Reignition Power Morpher. Yes, I bought one. And that wasn't supposed to happen yet. That's a little secret revealed later on. It actually originally had the belt buckle. When I first got it, it has the belt buckle on the back. But of course the problem with this is, when you bring the handle down as an adult, there is zero room to squish your fingers. I mean, I'm having to really squish my fingers in there. And I'll just see with the morph in a minute, that makes it very difficult. So what I did to get around this problem was oh dear, my plaster's rolled up. And what I did to get around this problem was I used an idea that I saw in a video of someone else who had this same problem. And what I did was I took a screwdriver And if you can see here, don't touch this screw, touch the battery compartment door. But I took off this screw, this screw, this screw, and this screw. And after I got them off, I then very carefully took the back off, being very careful. I took the back off. Once I had the back off, there were two further screws just behind here that were holding in place a brace that was holding the belt clip thing on. I simply undid those screws, took the brace bit off, and comes off very easily. And so now I have, when I pull the handle down, I have the perfect amount of room to fit my hand in to do the morph. Except, and that would be great if the morph button was in the right place, which on this particular morpher it isn't. Let's get into it. So let's turn it on first of all. No on-off sound, just silence. So the morph button isn't on the side because in fact it's on the top. So this button on this side just literally
We need dinosaur power now!
makes noises.
Tyrannosaurus!
Again, it recognises what. Again, this morpher recognises exactly which coin you have in it, and I'll get on to how it does that in a minute.
Hi-ya! It's morphin' time! We need dinosaur power now! Tyrannosaurus!
So the morph button is on the top, and this button here is the morph button. This one. That's your sounds button. That's your sounds button. This is your morph button. So let's do the morph. Are you ready? It's morphin' time.
It's morphin' time!
Now once you've done it once, you can't do it again. So I'm going to have to close that to provide you with your next look at it. Ready? Go.
It's morphin' time!
Oh, sorry.
Morphin' time! We need dinosaur power now!
Are you ready?
It's morphin' time!
Now you're probably wondering to yourself, how does it know which coin is in here? Simple. If you, now I'm telling you to do it this way because it's a lot easier. Put two fingers onto the side of the power coin and pull. Power coin comes off, and you can see underneath there are, you get that nice little noise, and there are three buttons underneath here, three little rubbery kind of buttony things. And on the reverse side of the power coins there is that. And each is different, and it's all different, each different for each of the range. So just the middle one, if I just press down the middle one here.
We need dinosaur power now! Tyrannosaurus!
It now thinks the Tyrannosaurus coin is in there. Do that. And it thinks I've taken it out. But obviously Releasing thinks I've taken it out. Here's the coin. Here's what I don't like about these coins. You probably can't see it because I've got this coin head onto you at the minute. But if I do this, yeah, spot the problem? These tabby bits, because allegedly these make it easier for kids to get the morpher coins in and out. Rubbish. I don't think so. So there's the Tyrannosaurus. And we're going to go through each of these because there are actually 6 of them. So next up we will go more forward and we'll have the Mastodon.
Zach here. I'm ready to rock! Mastodon!
And of course they provide different sounds.
It's morphin' time! Mastodon! Yeah! Let's take 'em down! It's morphin' time! Mastodon!
And then the Mastodon morph. It's morphin' time. Mastodon!
It's morphin' time!
Same morph. Take the coin out. Show you the Mastodon coin. There it is, Mastodon. And show you the back. You can see it has 2 things. If you flipped it upside down, it would actually be another coin. We'll get onto that in a minute. So, that's the Mastodon. Mastodon. Pterodactyl's next in the morph sequence. I'm such a nerd.
Kimberly on! Let's get these monsters! Pterodactyl! Dinosaur power! Pterodactyl!
it's morphin time.
It's morphin' time.
Sorry. Try that again. It's morphin time. Nope.
It's morphin' time.
See, it's the same morph for all of them.
It's morphin' time.
You know what? I'm going to keep it closed when I do the morph, I think.
It's
No,
morphin'
I'm
time.
not. It's just so difficult.
It's morphin' time.
Ah, also, notice the position of the LEDs. They're wrong. It should be top, bottom. It should be top, bottom, side, side, not side, side, sides. So, yeah, just noticing that. Take the pterodactyl out, and there's the back. Back of that, and again, if you turn that upside down, it's also a different coin. We'll go into that in a minute. So, then we have Triceratops. Oh, God. This is one of the ones I tend to have slight issues with.
I'm here and ready.
Okay.
Triceratops. Dinosaur power. Triceratops. Kia. I'm here and ready. Dinosaur power. Triceratops.
And again, it's morph, and again, we go, it's morphin time.
It's morphin' time.
And it's the same generic Jason cry as before. Finally, the saber-toothed tiger.
Trini here. Let's do it. Saber-tooth tiger.
At least, of course, they used Trini because Reignition, I believe, is the first few seasons. So here we go. Trini
We need
sounds.
dinosaur power now. Saber-tooth tiger. Kia. Let's blast them. We need dinosaur power now. Saber-tooth tiger.
And again, it's morphin time.
It's
Oh,
morphin'.
sorry. It's morphin time.
It's morphin' time.
It's just so tricky to get it right. It's morphin time.
It's morphin' time.
Now, this last coin, I'm not going to let you see straight. This last coin, I'm not going to let you see straight away. I'm going to keep it so you can only see the battery on the battery component. I'm going to ask you to, and I'm going to make it. I'm not going to see the last coin straight away. I'm going to ask you to guess who it is. Let's see if you can guess who it is, just by the sound that's made when it comes on. Oh, sorry. Yes, hold on. Before I do that, there is the back of the Triceratops coin. So it's side. Back of the saber-toothed tiger, so it uses all three pegs. Back of the pterodactyl, as we mentioned, and upside down, it actually will become our next coin. And then the saber-toothed tiger, sorry, the mastodon, which we turned upside down, become another coin. So, whose coin is this, I wonder?
Dragonzord.
Yep. It's the Dragonzord coin. It's the Green Ranger coin. And how do you get this coin? Very simple. You have to buy the Dragon Dagger. That was another reason I bought this. A, because it's the dragon dagger, and B, because I'd worked out that it was probably where you would get the Green Ranger coin from. Now I'll tell you how I knew that there was going to be a Green Ranger coin for this thing later. Because actually I found out in a video. That's how I also knew that I know there's going to be a coin for another very prolific ranger that we haven't seen yet. So there it is. Let's have Tommy listen to Tommy's sounds.
It's morphin' time. Dragonzord. Yeah. It's morphin' time.
Now I need to bear in mind they've actually got the voice actor they're using in here for Tommy to say it's morphin time. Bearing that in mind, it's morphin time.
It's morphin' time.
Again, I'll ask you to bear in mind that they've got the actor voicing Tommy for this thing to say it's morphin time, and yet for some unknown reason,
It's morphin' time.
It's still Jason saying it. Go search me. Now, there is one other Ranger coin that we don't have for this thing yet, but I am going to show you the sounds for it. How do I do this? I simply take these two buttons on... wait. Yeah, on this side, and I hold them down.
Let's get him! Tiger's on! Let's get him! Tiger's on! It's more!
I'm sorry, right, here we go.
Let's get him! Tiger's on! Tiger's on! Hey-ya! Let's get him! It's morphin' time! Tiger's on!
And it is morphing time.
It's morphin' time!
And again, that was Jason saying it. I'll do it one more time. Remember, this is the Tiger coin.
Hey-ya! Let's get him! It's morphin' time! Tiger's on!
Remember that, it's the Tiger Zord coin. Okay? And it's the Tiger Zord coin. We've got Tommy saying it's morphing time, but
It's morphin' time!
still Jason. That was also how I knew that, oh, hello. Someone's gone strange with my colour. That's what it is. I'll turn the brightness down. That's not clever. Let's just turn that back up, shall we? That was also how I knew that there was going to be a Dragon Zord coin. Because...
Kimberly on.
oops. Sorry. It's also how I knew it was going to be a Dragon Zord coin, because in that same video, the guy I was watching held down this button and...
Dragon Zord!
you know, the Dragon Zord sound. So let's see what sounds we get. Now let's see what sounds we get when there isn't a coin in there.
Let's take him down!
Saber-tooth tiger. Time to beat these beasts. Pterodactyl.
It's morphin' time! We need dinosaur power, now! Tyrannosaurus!
So yeah, we get a mixture. There's also a demo mode, but that's just, again,
Knocked it on!
no.
Saber-tooth tiger.
Triceratops! It's morphin' time!
Pterodactyl.
Let's take him down! We need dinosaur power, now!
Time to beat these beasts.
Tyrannosaurus!
Same sort of thing. So, things I don't like about this morpher. Well, A, the power coins. Actually, let's just put the dragon coin back in. A, it won't go back in. A, the power coins, because... so let's start with the morpher itself. I don't like the fact that the morph button is on the top, because it makes it very tricky. I don't like the fact that the morph button is on the top, because it means you have to hold it in such a weird way to do the morph. And it also means that unless you have your thumb literally do with the edge of your thumb, you're going to get your hands in the way of the doors when the little things when they open. So I don't like that. I do wish it was still on the side, because that's where it should be. Although at least they haven't made the button red, that's, you know, but it should be on the side there, but obviously it isn't. Although they have mounted it the right way up, so that's good. I also don't like the fact that we've got the Dragon Zord and Tiger Zord sounds in here, because that kind of to me suggests that we're not going to get an individual release for the Green and White Ranger morpher. They're just going to be in this one. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. I also don't like the fact that when you first get it, get this morpher, you have this horrible, hideous belt clip on the back, meaning that there's literally just zero room to fit your hand in. And so in order to fit your hand in as an adult collector, you have to go and take that off. I know it's meant for kids, but come on. Those to realise the adult collector market, we're going to go for it. I also don't like the power coins because of these silly little tab things, which don't make it any easier to take the power coins in and out. Because the idea is you squeeze them and the power coins come out. No, they don't. They don't come out at all. They're just useless. You have to literally get in there and pull it out with 2 fingers. So yeah, basically, sorry Playmates, but you got the Power Morpher. I still bought your Power Morpher because I will collect any version of the Power Morpher that comes out, because this particular Morpher does sell. But you got it wrong on quite a few levels. You got it wrong. Put those to the side. So, that is everything for now. Blimey. This video has gone on for quite a bit longer than I expected. It's probably down to the trouble we're having with the communicator, trying to get those hidden sounds. Because there's no way to get them with this, like a button combination or anything. So anyway, that's all for this video. Until the next one, be nice to each other, take care of yourselves, be lucky, and take it easy.